Hello and welcome to this week's newscast from Power Engineering International. I'm Kelvin Ross. In this week's headlines, Nigeria's energy crisis deepens as power production plunges to a record low. A 1,200 megawatt coal-fired plant is to be built in Vietnam at a cost of $2.5 billion. Dong Energy is celebrating after its total installed offshore wind capacity hits 3,000 megawatts. And EDF has made an official €2 billion bid for Areva's nuclear reactor business. Nigeria's energy regulator has said that the country's power crisis is getting worse. With only 5 of its 23 power plants currently operational, power production hit a record low of 1,327 megawatts. Not so long ago, the capacity had been 4,800 megawatts. The National Electricity Regulatory Commission said that 18 of the country's 23 power plants were unable to generate electricity because of a shortage of gas supplies. Meanwhile, a hydropower plant was also suffering water management issues, and the combination of the two has led to a loss of over 2,000 megawatts to the national grid. The regulator said the situation was being compounded by vandalism to gas pipelines and a strike by gas workers. A 1,200 megawatt coal-fired power plant is to be built in Vietnam. The plant is to cost an estimated $2.5 billion and will be part of an energy complex at Cang Tri, which is intended to serve not just Vietnam but also Laos and Thailand. Coal-fired power is currently thriving in Vietnam, and last week a 1,240 megawatt plant was commissioned ahead of schedule. Dong Energys Heylinna windpower milestone, as it has now installed 3,000 megawatts of offshore wind capacity. The latest turbine which took it to the 3,000 megawatt mark is at an offshore wind farm in Germany. Dong Energy constructed the world's first offshore wind farm in 1991 off the coast of Denmark. That wind farm had a capacity of just 5 megawatts and is still operational, while the company's first large-scale offshore wind farms, Horns Rev 1 and Nysted, were built in 2002 and 2003 respectively. Dong Energy has set a target to build 6,500 megawatts of offshore wind power by the end of 2020. EDF has made an official €2 billion bid for Areva's nuclear reactor business. As both companies are part state-owned, the French government will have the final say on what deal, if any, is permitted. French President François Hollande has previously advocated a tie-up between the two companies after Areva suffered deep losses. He's due to meet with the French Economy Minister next week to review strategic priorities for the nuclear industry. The government's preference is for a deal to go through, as that will avoid millions of state aid being pumped into Areva to keep it afloat. Over on PEI LinkedIn, the top discussion centres around our recent Google Hangout, featuring the nuclear power industry's perspective on the world's energy future. That's all for this week. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.